I go.
What was that? What? What's that sound? Where? It's aliens and they're living in your town. Damn. They have arrived. What? They're all around. So many aliens living in your town. Are you scared?
What up, weirdos out there in the weirdo land? We've got the gang, the band. We've got a Sweet Denny's, a Ryan Beckett, a Vicky. How the heck is everyone doing?
Good.
Yeah, it's been a while, too.
It has been a while. If you're time stamping this at home, it's October 24th, 2024. If this gets lost in time somewhere and you find it 300 years later, just know we were here. So let's get right into it. Happy National Bologna Day. Is bologna the grossest meat out there?
Yes.
It's up there.
It's up there with Spam, but they're almost in the same category.
Is Spam just a shittier version of bologna?
I think
So
so.
Spam is canned ham, spiced ham.
Ugh.
Bologna is a combination of multiple meats.
Unless you get beef bologna.
Unless you make sure it's beef bologna or all beef franks. I'd say potted meat's probably pretty gross.
Well, Denny's knows a lot about meats.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, whoa. You can't shut this guy up about meats. Very impressive,
You
Denny's.
proposed the question.
Also, too, I wanted to bounce into this. It's National Senior UTI Awareness Day. I brought that up to Virginia from the morning show, and she had just an earful to tell me. She's like, oh, my gosh, you're not going to believe it. I guess UTIs in older people are a real big problem. They
heard
can
that.
screw you over and even cause curtains.
Yeah. My stepmom's mother, my step-grandmother, she passed away from UTI.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Well, it might have been mismanagement at the hospital, but it was one of those things. I mean, she was older and, she was a little frail, but, she went in for a UTI. Yeah, and didn't come out. No.
So I'm sorry I brought that up.
Damn, bird.
No. It's a serious thing.
Are you going to tell me next, Vicky, that someone you know choked on bologna and died?
Nope.
Well,
Okay, thank
actually,
God.
bird.
I was going to say, oh my gosh, Beckett, I'm so sorry. And then we also have National Kangaroo Awareness Day.
My uncle was kicked to death by a kangaroo into the ground.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know this would bring so much heartache so soon. But yeah, there's so many national days. They're all conflicting with one another. It's too many, Denny's.
I feel like they just keep adding them and the website just keeps collecting because some of these you can go and they'll be 20 deep for one day and they're ridiculous.
I think it's apropos because it's coming up. I've always said that. You guys probably heard me say it. We claim to be a shiny democracy on our hill, and we got all of these days. We got national this, but then we also have federal holidays. How many times I've gone to the bank to deposit a check or do something, and they're like, "Oh, the door's locked."
Oh,
what the
jeez.
heck day is it today? And my point is why don't we have a national voting day as a holiday?
Oh, let's wait. Someone wants to get political.
No,
Got the blue shirt, the red hat,
I know. Just
the white pants. You are full on
It's
patriotic.
non-political. I just think it should be something that is non-political. It's just hey, whether you're voting either way, it should be
I
should be
agree. It's a
easier to vote.
serious
Yeah.
part of our country.
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
weird that they don't give you that day off.
that day would be
It
nice
makes
to have out.
sense.
And even honestly, and I'm not trying to put this at the same level, but how about the day after a Super Bowl? And I don't really even care about the Super Bowl usually, but everyone's just so dragging ass. The next day at work, it's so shitty for people.
Super Bowl should always be Saturday nights.
I know. We don't have to get into that debate. That debate's kind of like the
Concerts on Tuesdays. What the heck's that about?
man, I've done a concert on a Tuesday, and it was shitty, and I got hammered. And of course, you get hammered at Fleetwood Mac. You gotta turn up. You gotta turn up for that, and I did.
I can picture you practical magic dancing
Oh, I was dancing, baby,
to that music.
singing my heart out to Landslide.
Something sheer.
Let's jump into some Ask Vicky. Vicky is our psychic medium. She also is the head of a ghosts.
A paranormal investigation team.
Thank you, Vicky. And sometimes I like to mess with you. But she is awesome at her craft, and we like to ask her some questions about the paranormal, get her hot take on it. Here's the first one. I keep seeing an infant ghost. I thought they automatically went to the other side when they're that young. Why am I seeing a baby ghost? It even coos like a baby. What is up with this?
That's interesting because although children do generally transition to the other side, a lot of times they will come back in visitation if they're coming back to visit their family, or if they have siblings, they will actually play with their living siblings. So I'd have to know more, like, did this person lose a child? Are there siblings? Something like that. Because generally speaking, they do go to the other side but come back in visitation. However, there's a whole other side of the paranormal that believes that if you see a younger ghost, a child ghost, that it's not actually the child's spirit, that it's something more nefarious.
Got ya. Maybe kind of doing a little trickery there.
Right.
Okay, so it was a long email. It was not their baby. It was
Okay.
just a. So would that indicate that that is an infant that really is not an infant?
Generally speaking, if something wants to appear as a child or an infant, what it's trying to do is trying to establish some type of relationship with a living person in order to get energy from them. And so those are the ones that you see have more of a diabolical purpose in mind.
Remember the one little girl that was at the townhouse? We'd leave the toys out. We'd leave toys out, Denny's, by my bed, and at night you start hearing them being played with. We even had audio of it. I mean, we had. Now, in that situation, we felt like she was kind of innocent, no? Or was she up to?
I think she would see. There's a difference because in you're saying in the email they said infant.
Yes.
Okay, so it would be very rare to have an earthbound infant. Now, if you have a 7-year-old, a 10-year-old, something like that, there's a possibility that they could be earthbound. And like your little girl ghost, I think she was just kind of lost and she liked hanging out with you because of your energy. But something pretending to be an infant, I think that's something else going on.
Beckett, we hear thoughts of infant, ghosts, toys, movement at night, thoughts, ideas.
I mean, I'm still with Denny's. I think maybe I'm less skeptical than him these days. I'm open-minded. It is Halloween, so
So what does that mean? Everyone take off their clothes? And
it's
just,
all, I guess it's all possible.
hey, it's just Halloween, man.
This one is blurred between life and death.
Everyone's doing it.
I guess it's all possible. I still have a tough time. Just, I think Denny's would say the same thing. I just haven't experienced it in my life, so it's hard for me to relate to, if that makes sense.
How creeped out would you be if you thought it was an infant baby talking to you and it's a 60-year-old man ghost pretending to be a baby?
Catfishing your ass, kind of like they
Ghost
do on
catfishing you.
like a Chris Hansen situation.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, an infant doesn't have a reason to still be here. They just don't, especially if it's not their family. Like if that is not a lost child of theirs,
There's no
that
attachment.
Yeah, it's not logical. And I know people are like, oh yeah, the ghost, like any of it's logical. But from what I've
Don't read the comments, Vicky.
what I've experienced through all my years, that would be super rare. I would say something's pretending.
Okay. All right. I like it. Can a murderer ask for forgiveness in this life and be able to move on to the next level if they are really sincere about feeling bad, or no matter what, they will not immediately go to the other side?
I think even if they ask for forgiveness, they still have to go to those classrooms because you still have to atone. I can say right now, I can apologize for something I've done. That doesn't mean that I really learned from it. So I would say they're still going to go to those classrooms. They're still going to try to learn what they could have done differently, what they were responsible for, and all the collateral damage from all the killing.
So no matter what, if you're murdering, you're going to a classroom. There's no way you go from murderer earthbound right to the other side and skip with everybody else who has not murdered.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to atone for it in some form or fashion. A simple, oh, sorry isn't going to cut it right before you die.
What song, if you died, what song are you going, oh, thank God? Or are you going, oh, shit? Because if you hear "oh shit," that means you're probably going to hell. If I hear "boom boom pow,"
So if you hear Black Eyed Peas,
if
you
I
know
hear
you're going to
"people
hell.
in the place," I know I went to hell and I
The
did not do
elevator
good.
door opens.
Oh my gosh, that would be terrible. But if I hear some Summer Highland Falls or Vienna by Billy Joel,
then you know.
Oh my gosh, Chewy, Mom, Denny's. What song is?
Man, I
if
gotta
you hear a
think.
song, I'll put you on the spot. I'll come back to you.
Yeah. I'm just thinking because there's just so many things it could be. There's so many different things that could be.
At least in my head, that's what I hope happens. You die and then you hear a beautiful song and you go to the next level. It's not like that, is it, Vicky?
Not that I've been shown, but we can hope.
What if it's a sexy ass saxophone? That's what Beckett's gonna hear.
So what's that mean, heaven or hell?
Barry White.
I think maybe he's I don't know, he's in the middle somewhere. They're not sure what they're gonna do with him yet.
I'm teetering.
Yeah. Vicky. I said that one. I have two spirits who seem to hate one another. They don't mess with me, but they mess with each other constantly. The other night, I felt like they were one-on-one. I'm sorry. The other night, I felt like one was trying to protect me from the other one. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
Yes, the one house that I used for training in Port St. Lucie, there was one time where I was asked to actually stay there by myself because I was dog sitting for them. And that was a case where I know there was one spirit that stood by the bed the entire night protecting me from whatever the other one was that caused mischief. Listen, we get along in life. We don't get along in life. Same thing happens in death. And you have people that just can't get along. My advice to them, you have to treat them like they're living. Set down the rules.
Much like, I apologize if anyone in the audience has not seen this, but the movie Ghost with the very talented Patrick Swayze, when he meets the one guy on the train, and they kind of don't really jive with one another. Remember, get off my train.
Yeah.
If
And
no one
he
knows
yells
it,
at him and he shoots him off.
He does.
But he learns from him that he can interact with humans in the outside world.
Ghost is a great movie. Have you seen this, Beckett?
Yeah, it's been a long time, but I've seen it. Yeah,
Homework?
pottery.
No. Oh, yeah, of course. You bring up the carnal
That's
part.
pretty early on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what, the movie or the pottery scene?
The pottery scene's pretty early on in that movie.
Be honest, does that scene give you a bone piece?
Not really. I mean, I get what it's trying to do. I think it's kind of more cheesy.
I was
than it
talking.
is.
I was talking about it.
Pottery's not the only thing getting hard.
Well, great job, Vicky.
Do you think that there's maybe some value, just for conversation, in Denny and I's being ignorant and not knowing about it? Like, we don't have night terrors. We're not freaked out about it. Like, almost being like out of tune.
Well, I'm not
in
sure,
sense?
Vicky. Do you? I don't know if you have night terrors. Do you?
No.
So I'm the only one I think that has night
My
terrors.
son did, though. My older son had night terrors. It was really strange. He had them once a year for 3 years in a row. But his reaction to it, I would almost think that he was having a seizure. And so he had to go through the sleep studies to make sure there wasn't anything neurologically wrong with him or anything like that.
He only had a wait. He only
He had
had
it once a year.
One
for
night
3
terror
years.
per year?
One night terror. One night terror.
That's it?
The same time of year, 3 years in a row. Yeah,
mean,
it was
that's
the oddest
Creepy
thing.
for sure. Bird has.
So my psychologist makes me write down my dreams. He does dream analysis. Like, he actually did a PhD in it, and that kind of research and that kind of methodology is based on that. Dreams are a precipitation of your subconscious, right? So it's almost your brain cleaning itself. Like, you're not supposed to, I've listened to psychologists talk, you're not supposed to wake yourself up from a nightmare. It's actually it's one of the worst things you can do. That you actually it's your brain processing, really, and working through something.
And you wake up from like every night terror.
I wake up once an hour. I have the most insane sleep. I really got to get back on that sleep study list again.
Now,
Denny. Put that on the list.
I have to ask you, though, because this is what my son, he wasn't able to really tell me when he was younger, but as an adult, we've had these conversations. He said he has a memory. He was the very first one. He was laying in his bed, and he felt like something was grabbing him and pulling him through the mattress. Do you feel any physical things?
Yes, I do. I like I said before, not to keep bringing up that Undertaker dream, but I feel like either something's trying to rip me out or keep me down. That's one of the those are the two of the main awful symptoms, I would say. The one is when you're trying to wake up because something's awful and you feel like you can't get out of it, and then you do feel something rip you out of it.
Yeah, because the very first time he managed to yell "Mom." So I heard him and ran into his room. And ironically, it happened those 3 times. And maybe about a year ago now, he said he started to feel that sensation again one night, like he was being pulled through the mattress. The poor kid slept on the floor for like 5 years because he had in his head that something was coming through the mattress. Yeah.
Interesting. I slept on the floor for 7 years of my childhood. Well, very good stuff. If anyone's got sleep issues like that, send us an email. Would love to hear about it and see what the heck you're dreaming about, because I do find sleeping quite fascinating. I think we don't know a hill of beans when it comes to sleeping. I know there's so much studying going on, but I think there's so much more to learn.
The subconscious is wild.
It is wild, man. And for me, my dreams can kind of pick up where they left off. Does that ever happen to you guys, where it's kind of like a continuation of a movie?
Never the good ones, though.
I don't try to go back to sleep and get it again.
I can't remember the last time I had an innocent dream, like a cool, oh, what a neat.
Like,
oh,
wow, what a great slumber.
Man, that was oh, that's amazing. I think with all that said, it might be time for some Denny's Random Facts. Our sweet Denny's does a great job hunting the internet, hunting encyclopedias, dictionaries, all of those
Britannicas, everything.
The authoritative, all of the great stuff. And Vicky, our educator, if she loves it, she gives him an A. If she does not love it, she gives him an F, a D. He's kind of been doing good this season. So don't blow it, kid.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Denny's, the floor is yours.
All right. Thanks for the intro. Let's see here. Have you guys ever heard of Cunningham's Law? So Cunningham's Law is the idea that the best way to get the right answer on the internet is to post the wrong answer rather than asking a question. That's because people are more likely to correct a wrong answer than they are to actually answer it correctly.
Billion%.
It's named after Ward Cunningham, the creator of the Wiki software. He noticed this just by creating the software and seeing what people posted. But he noticed when someone posts an answer that disagrees with the original question, people feel compelled to correct it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. People love to correct and complain.
You think that's a testament of righteousness?
I think it's ego. I think people love being right.
Yeah.
I think, I think it's all a combination of all that.
So you would think it's the internet that brought this along, but there's an old French adage that translates to preach falsehood to know the truth. And even dates back to an old Chinese idiom, tossing a brick will attract jade, which I guess if you toss a brick, people who are looking for jade will seek the sound or whatever.
Also, too, motherfuckers want to correct people.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Since the beginning of time, people just want to correct your ass.
People just want correcting somebody in a group of people is such a gosh, it rubbed me the wrong way.
Oh, it's so brutal.
It rubs you the wrong way, Denny's.
Since the beginning of time.
I liked it, but look, I'm not the teacher here.
A+.
Oh, wow.
A+.
So if you want a correct answer on the internet, post something wrong or dumb, and people will correct the shit out of you.
I'm going to start doing that even more. I mean, I post some dumb shit on the internet, but let's really start getting... That's
really
wrong, Bird.
turn it.
It's there. THERE. Oh, gosh. They'll go nuts.
Oh, if you want people to comment, put a spelling error.
All you got to do is get the there wrong, and they will lose their shit.
I sometimes wonder if AOL and Yahoo post incorrect spellings intentionally because it gets people commenting.
Well, sometimes, too, you're in a hurry, and you really are spelling it the right way, but you don't see it auto-corrected to the wrong one.
Phone will screw you.
It will screw you. You'll hit post in the first 11 comments. It's there, Bird. Oh, my gosh. Shit.
Dude, the KVJ draft every week when I'm typing those things out, autocorrect is constantly trying to change what I'm typing. It's the worst.
It autocorrects against us. It's the robots against us, Beckett.
Yeah.
So, Bird, imagine living in this world, and this is current day world, just not for us, but in the 1990s, Kim Jong II introduced pizza to North Korea by hiring Italian chefs and trained local cooks. But pizza is considered a luxury food for the elite and not for all citizens because they can't afford it.
I'm against that.
Just to put in perspective, $1 is worth 8,000 won in North Korean currency. The average Korean worker earns about 2,000 to 5,000 of that won per month. An egg, just for perspective, costs about 1,000 won. So nobody's buying pizza because if you buy 6 eggs, you're looking at 6,000 won, which could be a whole month.
It's amazing to me at 2024 that they can keep those people in the dark. What a shitty place to live.
Dude, pizza is so expensive. The only people that can afford it is the Pyongyang elites, diplomats, and foreigners, people that are invited to the country. They have Western-style restaurants.
Imagine that.
So the rich people lost, and the poor people lost, and the rich people won. So it took me a minute to
That's
get
so
there.
long.
That's how the West was won. But yeah, no. So in North Korea, pizza is not a normal eaten food. You would only get it if you were in the upper middle class.
Well, that's not how we feel about pizza here. Pizza needs to be one for all. I mean, we're the pizza party.
Yeah.
If I ever ran, I would make sure that everybody had affordable pizza.
99-cent slices with a can of Coke.
The pizza party.
Crazy though. 2024.
I loved it, Denny's. Again, Vicky.
Well, I don't like pizza.
Yeah, I know you're not a big
So-
fan of pizza, so.
But I'll give you a B.
All right, B
I was going to give you C for crust, but
B for bologna day.
We're all wanners here.
All right. So, did you notice that? I'd say, I don't know, 2010ish. It just got weird that internet was everywhere. We just could connect to all continents, everything. So you'd assume, obviously, that we found out satellites, and that's how we got internet. And now we have internet everywhere. But I looked it up, and 95% of the world's communication is carried through cables that they just threw into the ocean. They just laid cables, and all our continents are connected just by long-ass cables.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, only 5% of our internet usage is from the satellites. Everything else is just long submarine cables.
Submarines, cables, connection. Vicky, thoughts?
800,000 miles worth of cables, approximately.
well, that kind of blows my mind, so I'm going to give that one an A.
Kind of weird, right? I
Yeah.
thought we would be at least 50% satellite internet. Nah. This is as of this year.
I'm gonna ask-
95%.
I'm gonna ask a stupid question. What happens if one of these cables get cut?
I think it happens, and they have to repair it. They have teams that just maintenance these at all times. Dude, there's some deep-ass parts of the ocean.
Could that be an active war where you try to attack said wire to cut out and knock out some kind of tower of sorts?
Not that I promote any of this, but I think if you really wanted to hurt people in present day, you got to knock out internet, knock out data servers, Google servers, whatever the heck server.
We want to repeat, we do not condone any of these ideas.
I just think that's such a modern way of harming communication. I mean, geez, we'd be so screwed. If I can't even get on just to see what the weather is, I get all annoyed.
Well, remember, in the United States, the richest country in the world, we had that AT&T blackout for what was it, 24 hours? In some 911 places were connected on wireless, right? Some people couldn't call 911.
I mean, that's craziness.
the fact that that's even a possibility. We kind of go through our lives every day
Yeah.
thinking, oh, the sun rises and
Yep.
everything's cool and the moon and all that. And we never know if we're on the brink of just a big old shitstorm.
Well, yeah, I think that's why the new phones now can connect to the satellite in
Yeah, they
case of
can.
emergencies.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think Milton kind of changed how a lot of people think about a lot of stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
We had 2 back-to-back storms that just hit Florida in the same area.
Yeah. And with Starlink, they're trying to eat into that percentage.
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, it will grow, but at the moment, yeah, lots of cables. Just in the ocean.
By the way, they have because apparently our electronic grid in the United States is just like archaic, right?
Oh, it's bubblegum probably.
Yeah.
Is this where you freak everybody out and no one sleeps? Everyone has night terrors tonight?
Well, apparently, like China and North Korea, they have electromagnetic bombs, right? Like which explode in the
EMPs,
air.
yeah.
What do they call it? EMPs?
EMPs.
Yeah, and they created electronic pulse and can just cause like rolling technological blackouts.
So what exactly, in layman's terms, what would that do? If one was released over Palm Beach County,
So it's like kryptonite for electronics.
Yeah, it would fry all electronics.
it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't physically hurt humans, but it would just fry everything.
Everything electronic, yeah.
Wow, that's a Twilight Zone episode.
That's
right there.
Escape from LA. Is it Escape from L.A., the sequel to Escape from New York.
With Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Do you think? Did you ever think Kurt Russell was hot, Vicky?
No,
Really?
You never did it, huh?
no. There's very few. I mean, there's only a handful of like older I like Sylvester Stallone.
I mean, Cobra.
Yeah, Adrian.
Burt Reynolds?
No.
No?
No, my mom he did that poster
Yeah.
like in
Oh,
the
yeah.
70s.
Yeah.
Laying
Yeah.
on that rope. My mom had that poster.
Oh, I think it was
Gosh.
riddled of pure sex, Vicky.
No.
and that picture's iconic. We gotta recreate that. Becky, we'll do a one-off. You do it, and I'll do it, and we'll see. We'll vote for who does it better.
Deal. He was great in striptease, remember? He was like, I feel the Vaseline moving around my boots.
Oh, Becky. the longer this podcast gets, the weirder it gets.
He's FSU alum.
What?
Burt Reynolds,
What about that?
FSU alum.
Me and him went to the same elementary school.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not trying to getting a bird off with you. All right, Dennis, give us one more. Knock us right on our privates. Do you have any more?
Yeah, I have two more.
Oh, then give it to us.
All right, I'm going to give you two more. Because so these next two, just in the spirit of Halloween, I kind of went more a Halloween theme. I didn't know if, we're doing one next week here. So when we think of Halloween, we always think of ghost stories, telling spooky tales. But technically, ghost stories used to be told during Christmas in Victorian England and the beginning of the Americas. It wasn't until the Irish immigrants and the Welsh immigrants came to America 1920 to 1930, and they brought along the traditions of, the Halloween that we know today. But originally, Victorian era England, they would get around and they would tell each other ghost stories. One of these tales, the open door, for example, was about a woman inside her house being provoked by a strange voice begging to let them in. Then they'd go to bed, wake up the next day and get presents. So the theory is that during that era, it's a transitional era where spirits are kind of walking the plains, and then they go back on the next day when we celebrate. But the day before, everybody came up with the customs, leaving out treats and stuff and wearing masks to hide from the ghosts.
Would you ever let's say it's 1:30 in the morning and a woman's knocking on your door. Please help, let me in. Please help me. Do you let her in, Beckett?
What does she look like?
Oh, wow.
That's what it comes to.
That's what it comes to.
Well, I don't mean that in what
Whatever.
probably sounds
you
like.
pig. We know
And she
it.
better have an iPhone too, right?
Yeah, I mean, not in like. Yeah, exactly.
blue bubbles.
No green text messages.
I knew I should ask Vicky first.
What I mean by that, because that sounded horrible.
No, not at all.
It does. Is there like a, not in terms of attractiveness? I'm just saying, does it
okay,
look something intimidating?
You look out there, and she's kind of got her hair kind of covered, and she is huddled down, just going,
Definitely not.
please, they're after me, please, I'm scared.
No, it would be a crack of the door situation.
So the reason why I bring this up, and Vicky, what are your thoughts real quick?
No.
Hell no.
I'm not,
No, I would definitely not. Open
It was when I was a kid. It was about same scenario, 1:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, and we had a knock on our door, and this woman or girl was at the door asking if she could come in to use our phone, and my dad goes, "No, you're not." Come to find out, she was part of a murder investigation that had happened minutes before down the block. It was a real case where she was involved in it, and she picked our house to knock. She must have knocked on other doors too,
For sure.
But they picked her up, and she was involved in that case.
Definitely don't open it.
You want to help somebody. Well, how about this? How about this scenario? Now, this did not happen to me. You're driving down the road. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. You see someone naked, covered in blood. Help me! And you're in an area. There's no one around, but they are covered in blood. Do you stop to help them, or are you thinking they're going to try to kill you? To me, they look like a victim.
Yeah.
Or is that a
Yeah,
ploy?
I feel like they're more in the victim category.
I'm still cautious. I'm still calling 911.
Oh, your phone. Forgot to mention your phone is
You know how it
dead.
is.
Phone is dead.
You're in the dead zone.
You're in the dead zone, bruh. Yeah.
No bars.
Oh my gosh, man! I had 11 bars earlier. What's going on? Nope. Dead. Do you stop?
That's a tough one. That's an attack of conscience. I do keep gel pepper spray in my car. So.
Well, so after you wiped her off with the blood, what'd she look like?
She dateable?
What kind of body does she have, bro? Vicky, do you stop and help that person?
No. I mean, as bad as it is, no. Maybe tell her climb up on the top, hang on to the bars in the top of my car, and we'll get you someplace. You got to realize you could end up being a victim because they use those traps all the time to send the poor little helpless victim to get you the next one murdered.
Hop in
No.
the bed of the truck, babe.
Yeah, if I had a truck, I'd
No,
think
no,
in
Yeah,
that.
truck.
there's absolutely no truck. And
Not in
there's,
this scenario.
I drive
and
a
this-
pickup truck.
You're the only one in the car, and your car's got so much stuff in it. The only place this woman could go would
Dude,
be.
you can't. If
It's
you're
the
driving in
passenger.
the
On your lap.
No.
It's the best.
You said you're in the middle of nowhere, your cell phone doesn't work,
Yes.
and you want me to pick up this person that might possibly kill me?
Please, he's after me.
As soon as I get signal, lady, I'll send
Oh,
help.
damn,
Can I use OnStar?
damn, Denny.
What do you? Nah, you can't stop. What do you? That's
You
gonna be
guys,
such a.
you guys are cold as fuck.
It's
Damn.
I think it's actually a felony. There's a Good Samaritan's law. Like if you don't stop and help in an accident.
She comes out of the woods in this scenario.
Covered in blood is terrible.
Well, if she can walk, that's different. You know, then I don't feel as bad.
Oh my, she's
Well, if she's laid on the side of the road,
she's
like,
hobbling. She's like, straight up.
so she's not gonna die in the next 5 seconds.
Friday
Like,
the-
I'm gonna drive to
damn.
the next gas station.
Whatever keeps you, whatever makes you go to bed at night.
What would
back
you
there.
do?
I'm the dumb fuck. I'm gonna try to help her. Oh, and then I'm dead.
It sounds like your next movie.
All right, Denny.
When you're just driving, and she could easily overtake you if you're not. You're driving in the night. It's terrifying.
Denny's.
I would definitely not pick her.
I
up.
didn't mean to interrupt your
I definitely wouldn't pick her up.
I think I just saw a scary movie. I just saw a scary movie like a year or two ago where the guy was laying in the road and the guy went up to help him and the guy killed him. What movie was that? No, I'll figure it out.
Wait,
That
I'm
was in
astonished
a
you were
sequel.
watching a scary movie without it being
Yeah,
an
you-
I
assignment.
wanted to turn it off
without
after
it being
that.
a little cartoon.
Fair.
All right,
Fair.
all right, Denny's. End on your lap. What you give him? I don't even know what's going on right now. We're
It
talking.
got so diverted.
Yeah,
I'll
well.
just jump to the next one here.
Go on, Denny.
The only reason I bring this one up is because this is kind of cool. I didn't even know about this. There's a dinosaur called Viveron the snake demon, and it's the oldest ghost in the world. A place called Ghost Ranch in New Mexico is home to is what is believed to be the oldest ghost in existence, at least cited. Guinness World Records holds this ranch because they've claimed multiple sightings here of a reptile ghost measuring 29 feet. They named it Viveron the snake demon, and the sightings date back to the 1500s. Just to put in perspective how old this ghost is, it's from the Triassic period, 220 million years ago. So what are you guys' thoughts on a dinosaur ghost? I've never even thought of that concept before.
I've thought of it so much.
I figured you'd be into this.
I can't tell you how much I've thought about dinosaur ghosts. Vicky, I'll let you take this one, but yeah, I've thought about
As
it.
far as
Yeah.
I know, it's the only ghost dinosaur in existence that's been sighted by multiple people.
Yeah, no, I never heard of that, but definitely interesting. Are they sure it's a ghost and not like some kind of weird creature?
Loch Ness.
They think it's a ghost. All sightings have reported it as a long reptile creature, looking like kind of like a Tyrannosaurus Rex or a long snake with legs.
Yeah, that's my nightmare. A snake is bad enough, but a snake with legs?
They call it the snake demon because it dates back to sightings of the 1500s where they originally dubbed it the snake demon. And then when scientists they discovered the bones of this, they named it Viveron. I guess.
That is one thing I will say that pushback. I can't remember exactly your theory or your opinion on it when it comes to animals crossing over. Do you believe that all creatures go to another place, or do you think some just die? For example, an iguana. A guy kills an iguana. Does it cross over to another level, or is it just doesn't exist anymore?
I think it has someplace else to go. What I've said about like pets is that they hang around with their owner for a little bit before they go to wherever this other side is.
So if I was to go to the other side and I would get to see Chewie for a little bit, but then eventually he wouldn't be with me.
I've never seen people's pets on the other side. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It means that I cannot give testimony to it because I've never seen it. I've never seen a bunch of people on the other side sitting around petting their dogs.
Is it possible you're just not in tune with that?
It's just maybe it's not important information for me, and I've never been shown. Just like I've never been shown who's in charge of the other side. I just
You
see
just get glimpses.
Yeah, I just see the people that I'm reading on the other side, but I don't see who's in charge, and I have not yet seen animals. That doesn't, and I am definitely not saying that they don't exist there or where they go.
Well, my whole thing is if you allow one animal to
You'd
go
have
to
to
the
allow
other,
them all.
you'd have to let
Yeah.
even an ant or a
You would
roach
think.
at that point. And I know people don't like roaches, but
You'd have to let them in.
well, at that
have to go
point, why would they not get in? Because we as humans find them repulsive. What if they have their own?
I mean, fair's
I think
fair.
anything with a consciousness or a soul, I mean, even to an extent that roaches and insects must have some sort of thinking capacity, right?
Well, there are some people who legit will not kill a bug. If they see
try not to.
if they see a bug, they will lift it and they'll try to put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's a tough way to live sometimes if you've got an ant problem or a roach problem. Sometimes you gotta nuke.
Well, and if they're invading your space, I mean,
They're declaring war on you.
yes,
at that
exactly.
point. Yeah, no,
They're
I'm with
shoving it in your face.
But that's always been such a debate. I hear so many people go back and forth about it. And it's so odd to me what we allow to go to the other side. Dogs, cats, definitely get a pass. What about that rat? Fuck those rats.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
way. They're gross.
Spread
Gutter
disease.
rats. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
I agree.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because even if you had sentimental attachment to a hamster, I mean, technically that's a rodent.
Well, people have rats for pets?
Yeah,
now, I'm
there
not
you
talking
go.
about New York attitude rats.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not Splinter.
Denny's, great
Master
job.
Splinter.
I thought that was an awesome
Yeah.
job. Very, very good. Real quick, we got Halloween coming up. We got Tech It with Beckett coming up soon, but with Halloween coming up next week, I would like to talk about some of these candies. Now, if you were a real shithead kid and you had eggs, and you and your friends decided, if we don't like what that house gives us, we're egging the son of a bitches.
They give you pennies.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through and keep in mind, you guys are all shithead kids. Chat room, you're shithead kids as well. So we either say egg them or they get a pass.
All right,
all right,
Okay.
all right. Trick or treat. Oh, here's some Twix for you, young children.
Oh, dude.
Pass.
Pass.
Totally.
Pass, pass,
You all
pass.
pass? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. In the chat room, just put the name of the candy, put either pass or egg. All right. Next one, Starburst.
Pass.
Starburst.
How many?
Yeah, what are is it one of those 4-packs or is it just one Starburst?
It's one Starburst and it's pineapple.
I'm egging them.
That's probably it.
One
It's a
Starburst.
pass for me just because you made it pineapple.
Well, they're getting yoked over here.
I don't hate pineapple, but I definitely don't like one Starburst.
One star. Okay, if they give you a pack.
Pack jumps it up because, I mean,
Even if it's a shitty flavor, we give them a pass.
because I think you get 4. It has the 4. It's the Varai.
I like them. You can suck on them like the whole time you're trick or treating if you do it right. At the roof
You
of your
eat
mouth.
them while you're walking.
Yeah, you got to do it like a fruit roll up. You got to put it at the roof of your mouth and enjoy it. Mm-hmm. You got to enjoy it.
I used to always do that. If people would wrap it around their finger, it'd be so disgusting.
Again, we don't condone egging, by the way. I don't want to hear anybody get. But right now we're in the mindset of it's a real
All right, we're shitheads.
shithead. You have a mohawk, and
reverse
you're wearing
mohawk.
you're wearing a leather jacket with no sleeves.
All right, what's everyone else wearing? Why am I the one talking?
Oh God.
We'll get to Becky in a second. Snickers.
Oh, dude, pass. Definitely.
Yeah, I was hungry.
Pass.
Pass. All right. Yeah, come on. Now and laters, which is kind of the low budget Starburst in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I would agree. No, those are terrible.
Hey,
Egg 'em.
you're gonna crack your teeth.
Egg 'em.
Egg 'em.
I'm going to give him a pass because that's something from childhood.
I'm egging them. 3 eggs.
Yeah. I'm
Oh, this one's gonna be a home run for egging. This house is so fucked. Tootsie Rolls. Oh, I mean, just unload the eggs.
depression candy.
You're right. That's some 1920s depression candy.
They had clove gum and Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah.
Man, why? And even how do you make Tootsie Rolls shittier? I don't know. Turn them lime. They have lime.
That's the other variant.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Didn't they make lollipops?
Yeah.
Yeah, they put them in the center.
Oh, the shittiest feeling when you think you got a blow pop.
When you think you got the blow pop.
and it's a Tootsie Pop.
It's
It
true.
is some bullshit.
That is some bullshit.
All right, so we're definitely egging that
Yes.
house.
Yeah, Tootsie
Yes.
Rolls are weak.
All right, Three Musketeers.
I like Three Musketeers.
Of course you would. The health.
I like Three Musketeers.
It's one of the weaker. That's the one when you're playing poker with the candy lady. That's one of the first ones. You
I
give
like
away.
Snickers now, but I didn't grow up liking Snickers. I wasn't a big. I didn't like peanuts growing
Yeah,
up.
Me either.
Yeah.
I would take a Three
Really?
Musketeer over a Snicker.
Whoa. Maybe.
It's kind of like the JV Milky Way.
A house divided.
Wow. I kind of want to egg both of your houses.
Damn, are you a Milky Way guy or a Three Musketeer guy?
To me, Milky Way is the Musketeer is the shitty Milky Way.
All right, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I said that in a different way.
Not as eloquent as I do.
But it's still shittier than like a Snickers or a Twix or a Reese's.
I mean, not only this next one, I think it gets egged and probably toilet papered and
All right.
possibly dog flame poop.
All right.
Circus peanuts.
Oh,
Oh, good gosh.
wax bottles, circus peanuts, any of that stuff.
I don't think I'd eat that shit if I was starving on an island. I'd go, you know what? Give me death.
I hate those.
Yeah, you'd be more thirsty. It'd be horrible.
What are they?
Just sugar. It's dyed sugar.
There's something wrong. There's something unnatural about that circus peanut.
That one's. There's another equally as shitty candy in that same category. I can't think of right now.
What's that one called? It's in wax paper. It looks like somebody
Is it just dots?
hocked a loogie in it. You can't open it up. You rip the paper. It's like a lava-y, snotty looking
What the?
butter scotchy, but not good. Oh please, somebody.
Weathers?
No, it's always in black and orange paper for Halloween.
Oh, I
Oh,
know
those
what
were
you're saying.
peanut butter.
No, they're not. They're not the peanut butter. There's a shittier one.
But
that's-
There's
it's
a
like
worse
it's
one.
like a Laffy Taffy peanut butter. I know what you're. It comes in
Yeah.
orange and brown,
It
or orange
is-
and black, or something.
Yeah.
it is.
Oh, those suck so much ass.
There was one house that gave us those every stinking year.
That was the other one I was thinking of. I hate those.
You can't
things.
even open them. You're always gonna eat paper.
They always get stuck to the wax paper, and you have to eat it.
All right, a couple more. I'm having too much fun over
Peanut butter chew. Yeah, I hate those things.
All right, they get egged too. Yeah. Okay. I think is that peanut butter?
I think they were.
I
They're
think
peanut
they were
butter.
peanut butter flavored.
Not that I ever ate them. I threw them in the garbage, but I'm pretty sure they smelled like peanut butter.
That ain't my
Yeah.
peanut butter.
No.
That ain't my peanut butter. Nerds.
Peanut butter chew. Yeah.
Aw, that's a pass.
I don't mind nerds.
I don't mind nerds, but they just ravage. They get stuck in your teeth.
Here-
It's a young man's game.
Here's this. I don't like your nerds, but I'm not egging your house because I respect nerds. Has got a respect to it. It's got a little cachet to its name.
You're on the watch list.
We are watching you though. You better mix in some chocolate.
Oh my gosh.
Raisinets.
I like Resinets
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot.
pass.
I get those at the movies.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I know you
It's
do.
one of my
covered-
favorite candies, actually.
Chocolate covered anything is pretty.
Yeah, we don't egg raisinets.
No.
All right.
no.
And obviously candy corn.
Candy
I'm not a big
corn.
fan of candy.
Egg and egg,
Oh my
egg,
God.
egg.
Egg.
Moltive cocktail.
They get the whole thing. They get dog shit, fire, toilet paper.
That's just another one of those super old school crappy candies.
Yeah, it is. Has anyone seen the new Anna Kendrick murder movie
No,
on Netflix?
You watched it, right?
Yeah, Woman of the Hour. Have you seen it? It's about the dating game killer.
Al, what was his name?
Yeah,
Al-Qaeda?
Yeah,
or something like that.
Alcula or
Yeah.
Alcula.
it's Rodney.
Yeah.
He changed his name. It was not. I didn't love it. It was kind of all over the place, and the critics are going nuts over this thing. But I wanted to see if the chat room had seen it. Go on.
You saw it and you didn't like it because you know the actual tale.
I do.
And you said that they changed for entertainment purposes details about
Oh,
that.
see, I wouldn't like it
A
though.
lot.
Why
of,
would you do that?
A lot of artistic. They went definitely artsy with it. There was a lot of shit that was not
Well,
facts.
is she supposed to be the one who was the contestant that picked him?
Yes, but
Well, there wouldn't be a movie then because she didn't go out with them.
there's rumors they went out for one drink. They made it so dramatic and so much about the dating game when it really needed to be about the murders.
Yeah.
They were trying to do something artsy. For me, I thought it missed. I thought it was shot beautifully, Beckett. But that's a famous case you might want to look into. They said that guy, I think he was convicted to 8 murders, 8 or 9. They said he could have been up to 150.
Cheers.
200.
I'm already nervous about getting back in the dating game.
Send the picture to me first.
Oh, I showed you a
Learn.
picture of this one.
That's kind of
This
weird
last
how you
one,
bring.
Was I trying to be nice?
Kind of weird. We're talking about murder and dating, and Beckett goes,
And now I'm nervous. You said it's a dating murder game.
It's
that
no.
old. Did you ever see the TV show, The Dating Game? So they would have a contestant, and behind a screen they would have three people,
suitors.
right? And so they'd have to answer questions, and
Oh,
then they
behind
would
the
pick.
curtain?
Yeah, so they didn't see them until they got to see the ones they passed up, and then the final one came through. And
When I was a kid, it was that show Lovers Connection.
Yeah, well, but
Connection,
the
yeah.
reason why this was freaky was because she picked the guy. This is a real story.
Yeah.
He was in the middle of a murder spree. He was killing women left and
Yep.
And he
right.
went on the dating.
And he went on the show.
Poor background.
And he
check.
fucking won.
No background
He
check.
won, yeah.
He won. He got picked. You can watch his real appearance on YouTube.
Jeez. Yep.
It's insane.
Before the Bachelorette, they basically give you like a colonoscopy,
Oh.
FBI background
I
check,
think because of
like
stuff
Yeah.
like this.
full STD panel.
Oh.
Like you're like full,
Because of shit just like
Well,
that.
because that can't ever happen again.
yeah, fair enough.
I don't know. I thought, but I'm interested to see what the good people in the chat room, if they've seen it.
So if they're changing minor details for entertainment, I don't love that. I don't know if that would ruin it, but if they're changing major stuff, and
Yeah,
making-
I didn't like it. I know the case pretty well.
well then that's craziness. That
They just added their own shit that they thought might have possibly happened.
I mean, that's terrible.
Let's see here. Halloween injuries. Somebody I know got 11 stitches carving a pumpkin.
Oh my gosh.
I know, they sliced their
Oh
hand.
gosh.
And then they told me about a story how they knew somebody who fell off a ladder putting up a ghoul decoration. And then my dad was telling me about somebody who was putting on some cheap makeup to go to a party and they had a terrible skin reaction.
Oh, my
Yo,
gosh.
Halloween injuries are real. Be careful out there.
Yeah.
They are real. I was helping my friend put up decorations, and he was on his roof, and he started sliding down, and he grabbed for the first thing he could, which was the wire that connects to the power line.
Oh, Denny's.
Dude, I watched him. He got shocked and then rolled down. It was horrible, but he lived. I mean, he's still alive today.
It's tough. It's tough to see people go through injuries.
Well, you just go, man, I'm so sorry that happened to you. There's
Yeah.
nothing you can do to help or console him.
For some reason, the testicular injuries are so funny.
Dude, him getting electrocuted was pretty funny. In hindsight, in the moment, I thought it was over. But in hindsight, it was very funny.
You know what I maybe am embarrassed to admit that I didn't know anything about? I got invited for a friend's birthday. I recently at the Kravis saw a Rocky Horror Picture
Oh,
Show.
Yeah.
dude, it's so fun.
I was not prepared.
It's a very
I
intense
did
live
not
show.
know. I thought, I'm going to a scary play. I was not prepared for when I
The
walked
crowd
in.
participates a lot.
I'm like, so we're just gonna watch a movie and guys are gonna be dressed in drag and we're just going. Everyone's gonna say the words of the movie the entire time in Kravis. Like, what's going on?
Dude, it used to be, they used to do it in somewhere in West Palm Beach, and it was kind of in it wasn't a Kravis
was an
area.
old theater.
It was
Yeah.
like every third Thursday or something.
It was kind of a
There
sketchy.
was one in Orlando.
It was cool, but it was kind of like a sketchy theater. And I snuck out of my house when I was 16. We went to the dog track. I don't know how I was able to bet, but I won money. The first time I ever placed money, me and my buddy split and said we picked numbers and we won, and we could not believe it. So it's about 11:30 at night, and we said, let's go to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was not prepared.
No, yeah.
I didn't know what to shoot. I go, why the fuck are they throwing bread at me? Why are they throwing rice at me?
Same thing. First time I went, I had no idea it was going to be that intense.
Wow.
So that's still a thing. That's still going on.
If anything,
It
it's
was
probably
sold-
gotten more intense.
It was sold out. It was
Wow.
sold out. They had like one of the original actors, the guy there doing like the thing, and they had like
like riffraff.
yeah. Yeah, whatever the guy's name is. Yeah, one of the main guys. And they had these people acting out the scenes on stage, but they were playing the movie. Everyone was in full costume.
It blew your mind, Becky.
That's awesome.
It blows everyone's
That's
mind.
cool
the
you
first
saw that.
time.
It's a fun show to go to.
Yeah. Well, with that said, let's get into some Tech It with Beckett. Beckett loves to find all the technology out there that we need to know about. What do you got for us, big dog?
All right. So next episode, I won't do AI, but I the reason I have to do AI is because it's touching so many things at this moment in time, and it's such a fast moving thing. So I just got the new iPhone. It has the new
it's the AI, the Apple Intelligence.
Apple Intelligence. So
I see it lighting up.
I'm on developer mode, so I get released on the betas, the new things that they're pushing out. So ChatGPT integrates with Siri now. So now the horsepower under the hood is ChatGPT with their new models. New models are fascinating. It seemed like the audience and everyone appreciated my last breakup that I went through when I did the AI song.
Yes.
So I'm going to be vulnerable. I'm going to be open. So after my last 4-year relationship, I dated for a little bit, and then I hopped into a relationship, and it was one of these things that it lasted for like 7 months, but like I leaned in hard, like move fast, like ready to go, like full.
I wish we just had a close up on Vicky's face.
Like full invested,
do.
moved her in, whole deal. And it was, to quote Taylor Swift, it either was going to last forever or it was going to go up in flames, right? And I was optimistic in the beginning, but it went down in flames, lot of stuff. And, me at the end, we're in that part of a relationship where one person's trying harder than the other, me, and I'm trying to coddle the other person's emotions, and we're in that kind of toxic, hooking up a couple times, like, texting, loop, whatever. So now on ChatGPT, I posted screenshots of our text threads, and I asked ChatGPT for advice. And what is amazing about ChatGPT is it's almost become like a dependable friend. And so it goes like this. It goes, navigating this kind of situation can be emotionally challenging, but there's ways to help you process and here might be some strategies. Allow yourself to grieve a relationship, healthy boundaries, focus on self-care. It will give me suggestions on how to respond back. Now, I know what most people are thinking at home, like, oh, well, are people really interacting? And I guess you could abuse this and take it with a grain of salt, but what it did is it took what my thoughts were and it helped me, like I was going to do a dig, and it's like, hey, in this situation, maybe something that's more constructive, do this, whatever. And then like by the way, you can turn on memory. So one of the suggestions is engage in activities that bring you joy. And it says, this is the crazy thing about memory, because I've talked to it about things. I just rescued 2 dogs. It goes, it's easy to caught up in the emotion of a breakup, but engaging activities that bring you happiness, fulfillment, help you to reconnect. Whether it's focusing on your podcast, playing with Elsa Sailor, or experimenting with the new AI tools, find joy in your passions can help you. Like, it actually is pulling from conversations.
Yeah, it knows your...
That's not scary at all.
No, not at all.
It's so integrating.
So you can toggle that on and off, that feature, if you want, in terms of its...
The memory. I mean, I could see if you wanted that feature, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Well, I have a psychologist. I know.
Your next iPhone bird's going to have an Apple Intelligence.
You come into my house.
Yeah. So I have a psychologist that I talk to, and that is, I think it's healthy. I do it proactively. I've always done it, when things are going great, whatever. But this, in my experience, has been like a very helpful thing. When I walk the dogs every morning, and you can talk to it. So they have a voice feature now. Watch this. Can you give me some advice on how to heal on that breakup I told you about earlier?
Hey, Beckett, how's it going? Yes.
Hello, Dick Face. Nice to talk to you again.
Let's keep talking about the breakup.
Oh my gosh, will you please leave me alone? I don't want to talk about your breakup. No, I'm just kidding.
Sharing that your breakup with Lauren had some complex.
Oh, I didn't mean to say that.
Jesus, you're doxing her?
Sorry, I didn't say that. It's a common name. It's a common name. Sorry.
With a lot of excitement, but over time, those challenges affected the relationship. Given all of that, Here's some more tailored advice to help you heal from this specific breakup. Check 1. Process the specific triggers in the relationship.
Anyways, you get
That's crazy.
Is that crazy?
How dare you bring this bullshit into my house?
Oh, so much AI
All right.
going on in your house.
So-
man.
So much AI.
So to make Bird feel better, I'll give more of something that I thought Bird will appreciate. So
So on the grid.
this to finish will give you the other side of AI, right? We've talked about creativity,
The dark
erosion of music. So this guy is what a lot of people call the godfather of AI, and they had him on a 60 Minutes interview. Have you heard this interview?
You, Kevin, and a robot need to just suck
Oh,
each other off and just get it over with.
Kevin gets equally excited.
Oh
about
my
AI.
gosh,
Possible?
y'all just need to just 69 each other and just get it over with.
So this is a quick clip. Can I play it real quick? This is the
I don't think I have a choice.
This is the godfather of
It's
AI.
an offer you can't refuse.
Humanity know what it's doing? No.
I think we're moving into a period when, for the first time ever, we may have things more intelligent than us.
You believe they can understand?
Yes,
You believe they are intelligent?
yes,
You believe these systems have experiences of their own and can make decisions based on those experiences?
in the same sense as people do, yes.
Are they conscious?
I think they probably don't have much self-awareness at present. So in that sense, I don't think they're conscious.
Will they have self-awareness, consciousness?
Oh yes, I think they will in time.
And so human beings will be the second most intelligent beings on the planet.
Yeah, we have a very good idea of sort of roughly what it's doing. But as soon as it gets really complicated, we don't actually know what's going on any more than we know what's going on in your brain.
What do you mean we don't know exactly how it works? It was designed by people.
No, it wasn't. What we did was we designed the learning algorithm. That's a bit like designing the principle of evolution. But when this learning algorithm then interacts with data, it produces complicated neural networks that are good at doing things.
So my first thing would be, if next time, could you get a longer clip? If that's possible. A longer clip would definitely be.
It's a good clip, but AI could reduce that down.
You didn't like
Yeah.
the dramatic music?
Why don't you get your little fucking robot to edit the clip down?
AI will reduce that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I thought that was supposed to make me feel better. That basically.
that was
So
more
he's
kind of-
saying they
Give you
designed
confirmation.
the architecture for learning, and then that program just taught itself.
Yeah, so he's saying it's analogous because you know the person interviewing. Well, we designed it. He's like, well, that's like saying we're responsible for the beginning of evolution, right? Because
Yeah.
what happens after that is up to it.
Oh, we're so screwed. We're giving the keys to AI.
Oh, dude, it's open. Smoke them if you got them.
We're gonna be like, how did this happen?
I mean, eat it if you got it. That can,
Dance on a roof somewhere.
That's crazy. You're on the new AI phone though.
Oh, it's amazing. You know, on a more
Why do you have to say that, Denny's?
on a
We'll
more
talk after.
on a more phone tip, it has image playground. So we could be talking about our podcast, and I'll be like, "Oh, I'm in the kitchen cooking up something good," and I can put myself in a chef's hat with me at a mic and
I
whatever.
mean, there's just gonna
and
be
create
so
your own
much-
emojis.
There's gonna be so much stuff out there. So much.
I think people are gonna lose their minds, Beckett.
Yeah, but it's a great relationship crutch.
Vicky,
It's a lot of power.
Vicky, what are your thoughts on that whole 10-minute presentation? That's just the clip I'm talking about.
Just in general, I'm going to be the dinosaur, and all of this is just trying to eliminate human interaction. You don't have to go to a relationship coach. You don't have to go to a psychologist anymore. You just talk into your stinking phone when you're walking the dogs.
I 1,000% agree with Vicky. I feel like, and I'm not trying to be a dinosaur either. I get it. We gotta advance. We gotta have technology advance. But what's the goal here? To make us obsolete? We're going to be an obsolete species. And I know people say, you're being dramatic, Bird. I don't know if I am. They said the same thing about the TV and the newspaper and all that. The TV wasn't legit getting smarter and taking people's jobs. And you weren't asking the TV to talk back to you.
Video did kill the radio star.
And then on that note, speaker be blown, get fixed.
All right.
But if someone can't afford a psychologist, I'm not saying it's better. Remember, I do both, right? It's a good augment because, I asked it about anxious attachment style, and it tells me like the different things and how to recognize it and how you do things to work on it. It's just interesting.
It's going to be the tool of the future. Everyone's going to be using it.
It is. It's just, I think the thing people like myself and a Vicky have to realize is that the good old days they're not going to be the good old days. I mean, you always have to adapt. I just think what we're going to have to adapt to eventually is going to potentially kill the human spirit.
You were talking EMPs earlier.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's healthy. I think it's when we're talking about communicating and connecting with humans, I think we are so going the other way of connecting to our own species. We're separating more and more. And some people think that's a great thing, but I don't know, man. People seem a little withdrawn and kind of psychotic these days.
Yeah. I don't know. We're the experimental, we're the guinea pig phase. So we'll see what happens, I guess.
Great point, Denny's.
Other people will see what happens.
You're right, because we'll be dead.
Well, we're the ones that were given internet and cell phones.
Oh, and go play, kids.
It's true.
Go have fun with this crazy machine that we don't know what the hell it's going to do.
It's just too powerful. AI is far too powerful to give just to anybody.
The one thing I will say that I definitely will agree with AI is in what I will agree with Jaybird, it's very different the pace of the acceleration of the technology.
Yes.
And we're organic beings, and it's an organic thing. And one of the things about humans is we adapt, right? And it's one thing to adapt to a printing press and getting more information and a paper or newspaper or whatever. Just since I've started using ChatGPT in the last year, the advancement with their new models is it's not even the same thing. Every time they release one, it's absolutely insane.
I mean, we're seeing people get fired. You're seeing people lose their job at an alarming rate. And fields are, and that happens always through advancement where a field kind of dies off. But to piggyback what you say, it's just accelerating at a level that we've never, ever seen or know how to handle. And that's what is scary for me.
So this might be Pollyanna, and this is a little bit of a different take and whatever, but I had someone, voice the opposite opinion. When Andrew Yang was on stage and he voiced universal basic income, everyone laughed him off the stage. Everyone laughed.
You remember that, Bird?
I know, I was laughing.
Everyone laughed him on the stage, but there's a lot of people that think it'll actually give humans the time to go learn the guitar, go play, go interact with each other.
Something to answer emails would be nice.
The level of productivity to take away monotonous, horrible, draining tasks.
We want the robot to do bitch work, but the robot's eventually going to go, nah, I don't want to do bitch work. I want to do the cool shit.
I want to do some art.
They're come on, it's over. Okay, on that happy note,
enjoy your life.
Enjoy your life. No, I'm kidding, but I do want to say thank you guys for listening to the Weird and Whatever podcast. It would mean a lot if you guys could like, share, comment when this thing does get uploaded. I know you're commenting like crazy right now. We do appreciate that, but when this thing gets uploaded, cooked into the YouTube atmosphere.
Omelet.
Yes, we would appreciate, even if it's like, go fuck yourself, you guys are awful.
Give us a like.
Give us a like, give us a dislike, whatever.
The old thumb.
But this is the point, the part of the show I love. It's the KVJ Nation or singer-songwriter. If you are a person out there, I don't care where you live. If you are, especially if you're local, but if you're just a KVJ Nationer and you write your own music, it's got to be original. Please send it to me. I'd like to play it on the Weird and Whatever podcast at the end. And this week, we've got a band named Destination Unknown. This is their song called Take Me With You. And before you play it, Denny's, I do want to remind everybody, it can be any kind of genre. Ragtime, hip-hop, instrumental. Ska, whatever you... So if you're a musician out there and you're writing it yourself, send that shit to me, y'all. Anything you wanted to add at Denny's?
Happy Halloween to everyone.
Okay, y'all, this is Destination Unknown. Take Me With You.
If you breaking me down mentally. 'Cause now I'm standing on the edge, and I'm about to break. Take me with you when you go, 'cause I really wanna know that you reach the other side. Take me with you when you go, 'cause I really wanna know that you made it out alive. Take me with you when you go, 'cause I really wanna know that you reach the other side.